Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of the Jay's Flix podcast. I'm your host Jane, and today we're going to be talking about originality and how it is lacking in the film and television business now. That's something that we all know is true as we see a bunch of reboots and remakes and reimaginings, a lot of re's, in those names of our favorite films and television shows, even video games are even getting rebooted, and stuff like that. And it's something that really has taken over this industry and something that I just want to share my opinions on being an avid film goer, and television watcher as well. So, I'm a film buff, so if you guys haven't told by now, but yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to talk about today on the show. I haven't posted in a while, but just trying to, figure things out, sift through things. But so I thank you guys for being patient with me and stuff. And I'm going to be posting a lot more on this account, as we progress with time. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, share with your friends, family, follow us on the socials on Instagram on JFlix23 there. So make sure you give us a follow there. But yeah, so like I said, originality right now is just like non-existent in the film industry. As you see, like all of our favorite classics that we watched growing up, or even just like that may have came out 10, maybe sometimes not 10, like maybe 5, 6 years ago, and now we're getting these like, it's just like these. It's just something that I don't know if it stems from like it's just the right like these production companies, these media companies, they don't have anything, or they can't think of anything new to come up with, and they don't want to put the effort into it because it can be done. It's just not being done right now, and that's just the name of the game. And I'm just trying to find out why that is, right? And I'm curious as to why that is. You look at Disney, for example. Disney is a company that, as we all know, they've been successful for, I mean, decades, for becoming one of the biggest like animation and film and television media companies in the world. And also in entertainment aspect with their theme parks and all those other things. Disney is like the biggest media and entertainment conglomerate in the entire world. And they got there through lots of hard work and originality and effort put into their projects that they put out for the world to watch and witness and to consume. You look at things like that. Their first couple films that they made, that Walt Disney made back in the 40s, that being Snow White and Pinocchio, Peter Pan, all those films, and as time went on, like you to be like all these things, your favorite Disney movies that you grew up loving. Now it's like, because Disney is lacking the ability to come up with anything original, they're remaking these things. They're turning them into live action versions, which aren't always the best, because sometimes it's like, oh well, let's make a live action version of this movie and just make it like, we'll pick like two or three human characters, and then the rest of it's going to be CGI, and it's bad CGI at that. And that's a lot of how their live action. I'm not kidding on every live action movie that they've remade, like that they've made based on a former popular classic. Like, for instance, the Little Mermaid remake with Halle Bailey was actually pretty good. Animation was a little iffy, but that was a good remake. Other than that, they just haven't done a good job with it. And it's just coming back to, not wanting to put the effort into making anything new. You would think like a company like that, with the creative minds that they have, would be able to fester up new ideas, new projects, new things for us to watch. Like, I mean, it's like the newer things that they have released are just they're reimaginings of the classics we already know. Think about the like last couple of Disney movies that came out recently. Like, they're all they pretty much, a lot of them have been remakes. So it's like, and they're not, and they usually are, they ruin them because it's like they held such a special place because of their own sense of originality when they were released, for the very first time, that we watched it for the very first time. So it's not special. And I get maybe they're trying to incorporate this new generation into their family, but it's just not going to resonate with these group of upcoming kids because they're just not, they didn't grow with it originally like we did, like Gen Z kind of did, with Finding Nemo, Cars, and all those movies, Ratatouille. Like you can't bring that back. You can't repurpose that here, rematerialize it here because it's just not going to resonate with this new crowd. And one of the problems that the Disney Channel network is facing is they're rebooting their old shows too. And it's like it's just not gonna it's just it's very lazy. You look at they're rebooting Wizards of Waverly Place, which I actually did want, but I still kind of skeptical as far as how it's going to turn out. I don't know. You look at Paramount Plus rebooting iCarly, a show that was successful during this early run. Now they're bringing it back. They brought it back, and it didn't do too successfully. It was canceled after 2 seasons. And left on like the stupidest cliffhanger ever. You guys should check it out if you want to see what that is. I'm not going to tell you because it's really not even worth mentioning. So it's like all those things, man, all those things, even like, them bringing back the Thundermans too. Like they rebooted the Thundermans and made it into a movie, and it was somehow worse than the original show, which was good, but like this one was just like garbage. This movie was garbage. You see what I mean? Like it's when you try to fix things that aren't broken, you usually end up breaking them. That's just how it goes, especially in this industry. And I think right now, with the way that we're trending as far as like on the media track of things, it's easier, I guess to just kind of recopy things. It's more convenient, and they're trying to pull on those nostalgia strings, right? But we can't do that too much because if you do, you're not leaving any room for us to bring it to grow, to experience other types of things. And that makes television and film exciting because you get to escape from reality and look at things that are new and kind of that can, it makes your mind wander to a place that's not here, where you can use your imagination. But if you're just recycling all these old things, we're not able to fully do that with our minds. So that's why I'm really just not a fan of like I said, the lack of creativity, the lack of originality in these projects. And it's not just Disney, it's not just Nick or whatever. It's these other film companies too. They're just they're just remaking things or reimagining things, because they don't want to put the effort into think of anything else. And I really do believe it is a shot to the arm, like in a bad way, to film and television. So those are just my thoughts on it. I mean, I don't know what you guys let me know what you think. Please let me know what you think. I believe that right now, this business is in trouble if we don't stop with the remakes and the reboots, because you're going to lose a big part of your audience. And that's just a big thing that I have with it. It just shows, again, a lack of creativity, lack of originality, a lack of wanting to, just put your viewers first. And that should be like number one goal with these production companies, these things like Disney and Warner Brothers, Universal, wherever it may be, right? That's what their number one goal should be. But now it's money driven, right? Things are money driven now. So they care, these companies care more about the profit they're bringing in than more about their viewers and their audiences. And in turn, if people aren't coming to watch these things, then ironically, their profits are going to go down. So it's like maybe they should be shifting their focus a little bit more to us, right? So that's just what I think about it. Let me know what you guys think. And that, like I said, it's going to pretty much wrap up today's episode. Kind of a quick one. I just want to touch on that here. This is, again, something that we see all the time. It's all around us, So, hopefully in the future we'll get some better, better projects coming up, especially on Netflix. Netflix doesn't have anything on it right now. Let's be honest. Like if you've already seen their major stuff, then it's like, no, this is on a limbo phase. So, but anyway, that's to be discussed for a later episode. But yeah, make sure you guys check us out here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. We're also on Spotify on that audio platform. So make sure you check it out. Check us out there as well. And we'll see you next time.